Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Caitlin Marie, and today we're back with another video. So what I'm doing today is just another weekly watch list, everything I've watched in August. This was a good month because I've watched 31 movies, so let's get right into it. But social media are right here. So I watched a lot of movies, and I said this was a good month, but I did watch a lot of bad movies because when you watch 31 movies, there's going to be some bad ones. And we're going to be talking about them. Because the first one we're going to talk about is Friday the 13th Part 2. Now, I don't like the Friday the 13th series. Out of all of these horror people, icons, Jason is my least favorite. Because he's boring, and because we don't really get Jason to the second movie, and he doesn't get his iconic hockey mask into the third. So it takes a while, and I don't like him. So, it's basically like the first one, but if they made it the first one. Because, spoiler alert, the first movie is actually Mommy Voorhees, Pamela, Vanessa, whatever her name is, I forget. And it's all told from, point of view, because at the end, you find out that's Mom and not Jason. But this one, it is Jason going around killing everyone. So it's basically what Friday the 13th would have been if Pamela wasn't the killer in the first one. That's basically what this one is. It does have, the end, the beginning, where that does show a final girl, I'm going to say Alice, from it, but that's basically all. I gave it a 7 out of 10, pretty high, I don't like it, but it wasn't bad. It was just what the first movie should have been. And then the second movie I watched was Urban Legend, which I like this movie. I think, let's go take a second. I thought I had the movie because the third one is called Bloody Mary, so I thought I had that movie, but I had another Bloody Mary type movie. But there are 3 movies. I've only seen the first one. But this one is really cool. It has Alicia Witt, which I know her from all the Hallmark movies. I'm Not Ready for Christmas, those movies. So it was very weird seeing her in a horror film. She goes from being a Hallmark Christmas love movie to all her friends dying. So I liked it. It also has, what is her name? Tara Reid from Sharknado. That's where I know her from. But this is basically a slasher, which I love. But it's a person a slasher, murder mystery, whodunit, going around and killing people with urban legends. I think I would have liked it more if I knew the urban legends, but it was still fun watching them die, and then hearing the urban legend that went with it. So I think it was a fun movie. It is from 1998, so don't really expect the best. Old movies aren't the best. It also has Robert Englund, which we should all know him as Freddy Krueger. So it was really weird seeing him as not Freddy. But I like this movie. I know there's 2 other ones, but they don't look as good. And that's an 8 out of 10. And then I watched Insidious, The Red Door. This movie was good. I did do a ranking video a couple weeks ago. It was a really good movie. I think it's a good ending to the series. We don't need any more Insidious movies. We just end Insidious here, basically. But it is about the family. I forgot their name. After the first 2 movies, that family. And it's so funny because in the trailer it says 10 years later, but in the movie it says 9 years later. But it's 9 years after the second movie, and of course Dalton is back at college, and then the dad, he's the dad. So it was really cool because they were hypnotized, So of course it was really cool. I was expecting a little bit more, but I did like what we had, and I do like this movie. So, yeah. I do have an old podcast episode about it if you guys care enough to listen. But that's an 8.5 out of 10. And then I watched Cruel Summer Season 2. This series is an anthology, and each season, there's only 2, takes place 3 summers in a row. So it's really cool how they do that. But this one, it was like the summer of 1999. Then it was winter, and then it was that summer. So usually it's like 3 years. But it's so cool because it's always like a mystery. And then you find out like in bits and pieces how it all connects between all like the 3 summers. So I loved it. I think I like the second season better just because the first one, it was just by like maybe episode 8 to 10 episodes, I was just kind of bored with the story. But this one, it had me on my feet and I did like it. And it is on Hulu and I give it a 9 out of 10. And then I rewatched It Follows. This movie is okay. It's about this girl and she meets this guy and they wrestle and she ends up getting an STD killer supernatural thing. And it's basically this thing that's like an STD and it basically follows you everywhere. It's a really cool movie. It's like really metaphorical, but it's not bad. It's very slow. I don't really know if it's qualified as a horror, but I give it a 7 out of 10. And then I rewatched Evil Dead Rise, which love this movie. Got it for my birthday, so of course I had to rewatch it. I honestly, I want to say that the remake is my favorite, but I've watched Evil Dead Rise more, so the Rise is my favorite. But I just love the whole movie. It's about these two sisters, and then what happens is because all the Evil Dead movies take place in the cabin in the woods, but this one takes place in the apartment complex, so it just deals with that. And then of course the mom, Ellie, gets possessed, and she's like my favorite possessed, whatever you call them. I forgot what they're called. But I just love this movie. It's 9.5 out of 10. And then I watched Barbie 2023 with Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling. I have a podcast episode on that in case you guys want to listen to that. This movie was good. It seemed a little bit overhyped because I don't think I would buy it because I want to watch it and I love movies so much. I probably would buy it because I want to add it to my Barbie collection. But it's good. It's about Barbie, and then she lives in Barbie world, and then some weird things starts happening, so she has to go to the real world. So it's kind of like maybe the SpongeBob movie, how they're in like SpongeBob land and they have to go to the real world. But it does take like a deeper turn into like womanhood, feminism, but not really feminism. It's just a lot of stuff that's true but not talked about. But that is an 8 out of 10. And then I watched the Avengers, which I'm going on to Marvel. I'm going to get into it. Yeah, but this is, I think the first Avengers movie has like Thor, Iron Man, I'm gonna get beat up, Hulk, Black Widow. That's those people, and it's really cool because they like fight Loki. I like this movie. I like seeing them all together working as a team, but that's an 8.5 out of 10. And then I watched Hot Fuzz. This is a British movie. Take that with as much as you want. They're not the best. British movies, British TV shows, not the best. I can say that because I was born in England, so I have every right to yell at British people for not making good movies. But other than that, it's about this cop, and he lives in the city, and he's like this awesome cop, and he's basically showing off all the other cops. So he goes to the country, and there's a killer, and they're like, no, it's not a killer, like, you're crazy, it's just accidents. So he has to follow that. It's a good movie. It's 2 hours long. It does have a cool twist. It is, I don't know if I like it or not. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I'd watch it again, but I'm not mad I watched it. But I did forgot I watched it, so take that as you can. That's a 6 out of 10. And then I watched X-Men. So I watched it years ago, but I was doing school on like my computer, so it was just in the background, so I didn't really pay attention. But this time I did. Love this movie. Hate that chick, whatever her name is. I do not like her. I'm pretty sure I know she's in like every X-Men movie, so I'm gonna have to like her because I don't like her. But I love this. It has Wolverine, the X-Men, and it's like basically like a whole thing. On like, of course, there's bad ones and there's good ones too. And then like the bad ones are like, these humans don't like us, let's kill them all. Which, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. But it's a decent movie. I went to watch the second one, but then I couldn't find anything, and I went to bed, and then I forgot. But it's an 8 out of 10. And then I rewatched Instant Family because I've been seeing clips of it on YouTube. Not YouTube, TikTok. So of course, when you see clips of something on TikTok, you want to watch it. It really makes me want to cry because it's just so sad. But it's about this people and they decide to go adopt. They want kids, but they're old. So like they don't want to deal with a baby and also renovating the house. And they're not really that old. But then they adopt 3 kids. It's a good movie. It's a comedy. It's really sad. It talks about like adoption. But it's a good movie. It's on Paramount Plus. But it's an 8.5 out of 10. And then I watched The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which I thought I watched it before, but after watching it, I was like, I don't remember half this crap. So I haven't watched it before. But it's good. It's about, what is his name? Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. And it's basically like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Because of just like the names, but like different stuff. Like an alternate universe. Which makes sense because, you know. But you find out more about his parents, which I like that. Because I don't think in the other ones, like Toby's or Tom's, you find out about their parents. I like how you find out about his parents. And it's just a good movie. Gwen Stacy is awesome. R.I.P. But it's just a good movie. I'd say 8.5 out of 10. Okay, so did I talk about bad acting? I think I did. Now we're going to talk about bad acting. The Wrong Daughter. This movie, I think, is on Tubi or Freevee or something. So I watched it because it has Sydney Sweeney. Love her. Her acting from this to Euphoria got better because her acting in this was not it. The acting in this whole movie was just bad. It basically, I'm pretty sure, is a Lifetime movie, and you know the acting in those is not the best. I feel like if it had a better budget, and maybe Sydney Sweeney now, because she's a good actor now, but it's about this girl she don't have no parents, doesn't really say, but then she gets kicked out of this foster home, steals the other girl, and basically takes her identity of like these parents. So it's good. That's what I have to say. I don't know, but it's a 6 out of 10. And then I suffered through watching Night of the Living Dead. Hated every second of it. Honestly wanted to break my TV and say, why the heck did I watch this? I watched it because I got a 100-day movie challenge thing, and it has cursed me because I've watched like 50 bad movies this month, and now I don't use it. Well, I do, but I don't because I'm scared to use it because I do not want to get another 1968 movie. And it gave me the second one to watch, and I was like, I'm not watching that. I did not like this movie at all. I watched it in color because there's no way I'm watching it in black and white. I hated it so much. And there's a remake too. I just, it's a 1 out of 10. And then I watched Old because I found a $5 bin, so I had to buy it. Because after watching Night of the Living Dead, Old had to comfort me. Which I watched with my mother. She enjoyed it. It was good. It's very M. Night Shyamalan. He's very metaphorical, I guess. Not a lot, but it has these people and they go on this beach, and then when they go on the beach, they age rapidly. So it's really fun. A little slow, but I mean, what else? But I liked it. So it's an 8.5 out of 10. And then I watched Final Girl. Don't get confused with The Final Girls. This is just Final Girl. I talk about this on my podcast too. You guys want to listen? It's really good. I saw it on TikTok, so of course I watched it. It's about this girl, and she's like a trained assassin. I almost said that wrong. And then there's these boys, and then basically hunt women. So of course she has to pretend to be hunted to go and kill them all. That's the gist of it. It's good. Very straightforward. Yeah, 8 out of 10. And I'm gonna go back into bad movies. The Seventh Victim. Black and white. 1943. Now, it was only an hour and 10 minutes, because if it was any longer, I would not have watched it. And it wasn't bad. I just don't know if I'd count as horror. But I think it's about this woman, and her sister went missing, so she had to find her sister. But then we watched the trailer, it really says what happened to her sister. So I'm going to say it because in the trailer, she was in this society, and I think she told someone, so the society's trying to kill her, so now she's in hiding. It's okay. It wasn't bad, it just wasn't good. But that's a 2 out of 10. And then I watched 16 and Missing, a Lifetime movie. You know, you watch it movies when you're a kid, and you're thinking, this is the best movie I've ever seen. And then you rewatch them like 5-6 years later, and you're like, why the heck? This is trash. That's this movie. 16 and Missing is about this girl. She's 16 years old, and then she meets this guy, 20-something, lives far away, and then she gets her driver's license, drives all the way. How she's able to drive all the way at 16 years old and with her new car is beyond me, because I can barely even drive to anywhere. But yeah, clearly, you know, he's not who he is. It has a lot of background stuff, more of like a story plot to it. It's okay. I mean, you can probably somewhat guess the twist, but it wasn't that. So that's a 7 out of 10. And then I'm on a meeting guys online kick because I watched Trust. This movie's sad, had me in tears. It has Quinn from Scream 6, but she's younger, and she's talking to this guy, and then she meets up with this guy, and he's old, and they go to a hotel, and he doesn't take no for an answer. So it's really sad. It doesn't show it, you know, like, it doesn't show, like, all the bad stuff, but it does show, I don't know, I skipped that part. It's just really sad and disgusting, and you do get, there was some points in the movie I got annoyed with her, but I did have to, like, remember, like, what she went through, and that she's young. So it is really sad. The ending didn't give me the satisfaction it was supposed to, but it's on, like, Prime, but not Prime, you have to, like, rent it. I bought a free subscription somewhere, watched the movie, and then deleted it. But yeah, it's 7.5 out of 10. And then I watched The Boyish Men Online. This one is about this girl, and she meets this guy online, but he's actually a convict. And it's not the typical he's older, he's bad type of thing. It's different than the other movies I've watched, and it had me rooting for them. But it's a good movie. The acting, not that bad, not that good. But, you know, you gotta take what you gotta take. But it's 9 out of 10. And then my list gave me to watch Us. I rewatched that. I just gotta say, it's a decent movie. It's just really slow. And it is almost 2 hours long, so I can understand it. But it's just so freaking slow. I like to Get Out, but like Us, I like it. But Nope, I don't like. But Get Out is probably my favorite Jordan Peele movie, so yeah. But this is about this family, and they go on vacation. And then these people try to go into the home, and they find out it's the doppelgangers. So that was fun. I like the little twist and everything, and then kind of makes you think. So it is good. It has Elizabeth Moss from The Handmaid's Tale, which I need to watch it because I watched season 4 or 5. I don't know what season's out. I didn't watch it, but season before that, I watched it with my mom, and it's a decent show. Like, I gotta actually watch it. But that's just okay. Yeah, it's an 8 out of 10. And then I watched Annabelle. Annabelle is the prequel to The Conjuring, talking about Annabelle. It's an okay movie. I was bored. I like what they did with the movie and how you find out more stuff. And then it's just a continuation story, and I like that. I just was honestly bored. But I don't really like these supernatural movies either. But yeah, so it's a 7.5 out of 10. And then I watched The Wolfman from 1941. And this one wasn't bad, okay? I feel like out of all the old movies I had to watch, the 3 old movies I had to watch this month, this one was probably the best. But this guy, and he basically becomes a werewolf, but like, it's weird and it's hard to explain. If you like old movies, you might like this, but that's a 5 out of 10. And then I watched Carrie. Everyone knows Carrie. Carrie is Carrie. Has Sissy, I don't know how to say her last name, but has Carrie. She's telepathic. No, she's not. What's that thing? That is it, right? Telepathic, where you can move things? Whatever. Her mom's like a crazy religious school thing person. She gets bullied. You know, the whole goes to prom, wins prom queen, gets big blood on her. You know, it's a good movie. The game is kind of weird because I'm all naked, and I'm thinking, thank God I don't watch this at the gym. Because that has happened to me, guys. When I watch a movie at the gym, and all of a sudden there's a scene of naked people, and I think, what the heck? So I turn off the movie. It's just not that good. 7 out of 10. And then I watched The Invisible Man, and this movie is okay. It has Elizabeth Moss. If you cannot deal with domestic abuse, don't watch this because I feel like it's triggering. But she runs away from her partner because he's abusive, and then it's said that he killed himself. Why do my hands? But he's like invisible, and of course it goes on to people thinking she's crazy. She's this weird psychotic killer, but we all know she's not because she's invisible. If you watch the movie and then watch the trailer, there's a lot of scenes that were not in the movie that were in the trailer. But it's an okay movie. I don't think I'd watch it again. It's a little long. I wasn't really satisfied. I don't know, but it's 7.5 out of 10. And then I watched The Odds. I talked about that on my podcast. It hasn't came out yet, but it will by the time this video is out. So it is out. But The Odds is about this woman, and she goes to do like these rounds of like torturing herself to win big money. And it's really just her and this man in this room as she tortures herself. And it's okay. It's not bad. It does make you kind of think like, like is this actually happening to other people? Is she, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's okay. It's a 7 out of 10. Oh my god, I forgot about this movie. And then I watched Head Game. This movie, I think it just needed a bigger budget and better actors, honestly, because it was just so bad. And it was a good concept about these people, and they had like a camera thing in their head, and they have to kill each other, and only one survives. And for it to be solely based on the cameras and like the cameras catching the other people, it should have been like a found footage type movie like that, but it wasn't. It was okay. I like what it did at the end, but I was just so done and annoyed at the movie, I just didn't care. But it was a 5 out of 10. And then I watched Saw 3D, Saw 7, Saw the Final Chapter, whatever you guys want to call it, again this month. And also, happy Saw-tember. But, yeah, I talked about this last month because I know I watched it last month. But it just takes place on, like, the survivors, and then, of course, the guy says he survived, but then actually survived, so now it's his game. It's good. It brings back the Dr. Gordon from, what do you call it, from the first one. I feel like as much as I love Jigsaw and Spiral, they should have just ended it here at the final chapter because it was the final chapter. And I wish I could have seen this in 3D because that would have been so freaking awesome. That's a 7.5 out of 10. And then I watched Terrifier. So, I have Terrifier 2. You guys can't tell. I mean, you guys can see, kind of. But I love the movie. But then I forgot that Terrifier 2 has a bigger budget. It's not the best budget, but it has like a bigger budget than the first one. So the acting, and it's not that good. Terrifier 1 isn't that good, honestly. After I just put it on my top 10 list. But it's not my fault. It is good. And compared to what I was working with, it is a good movie. It's just, it's okay. It's Art the Clown. It's more just no storyline. Kill, kill, kill. Art the Clown has me cracking up. So, like, if you guys don't love Art the Clown like I do, then maybe you don't want to watch Terrifier. That's 7 out of 10. And then I watched Halloween 2. So I watched Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. And by watched, I means I barely watched it. 20 minutes, not even, like 40 minutes, and I was like, I can't do this anymore, and turned it off. And that was the second time trying to watch it, so I couldn't do it. So I thought it was going to be, like, slightly like Halloween 2, but it wasn't. But has Laurie Strode, and I just want to say, she is not the best final girl. She was so freaking overrated, it should be illegal. I hate her. Like, out of all of these final girls, she does nothing. I'm sorry. In this whole movie, she does nothing. And Sidney Prescott from Scream 4, who got way more tortured than Miss Laurie Strode did, she did more. I just want to say, I don't like Laurie Strode, and hearing people say that she's the best final girl makes me want to rip my ears out. But yeah, but she's in the hospital. You find out that Michael Myers is her sister, which they kind of got rid of in this new Halloween 2018 Kills Ends franchise. But it's, I don't even know what to say. It's not a bad, I got bored from the trailer. I was bored from the movie. It just felt boring, honestly. Whatever, that's a 7 out of 10. And then the last movie I watched, because I had to watch something good after Halloween 2, The Cabin in the Woods, which is awesome. I had the movie. It is just such a good movie. I love what they did. I love the whole, like, twist plot thing, which you kind of find out, but you also don't, so I'm not gonna say. It is just not your average The Cabin in the Woods movie. It just has more going on, and I don't want to spoil it, because I feel like the less you know about the movie, the more awesome it is. But when I did first turn on, I thought, what is this? Like, this isn't the right movie. It makes kind of like, makes kind of happy, like, not like Scream, how it makes fun, like, the cliches, but you know the cliches, you know? But I love this movie. It's 9 out of 10. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed what I watched in August. Give me movies to watch in September. Preferably Halloween movies, because I gotta get into my gym. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next week.